One role of the coach is to be a friend. This is when the coach takes a personal interest in their athlete and leaves that role of just being a teacher to them. The athlete can be going through stressful situations within their personal life, which is affecting their performance levels. Therefore, the coach takes the role of being that friend that can make them have positive feelings again. Another role of a coach is to be a manager, and this involves taking control of their athletes or members within their team. Players can lose their temper and conflict can arise within the team, and the role of the coach involves managing these situations to ensure that the team spirit remains at a good level. Another role of a coach is to be a trainer. As a coach, they need to be skilled in what they do in order to correctly teach their players how to perform their skills with the correct technique. Being a trainer would involve them clearly explaining instructions while also correctly demonstrating how to perform those skills. This leads well into the final role of being an educator. This relates to them effectively teaching their players how to correctly do what they are being taught. They need to be able to identify when their players are making mistakes and educate them on how things should really be done. One responsibility of a coach is to have good knowledge of the coaching environment. This would involve them being aware of where all the fire exits are located and knowing where to find the nearest first aid kits. This aids them in keeping all of their players safe as the coach knows what to do in case of an emergency. Another responsibility of a coach is for them to have professional conduct. As the coach, they need to set the correct example for their players. This would involve the coach always being on time to sessions, setting up sessions correctly with all the required equipment, and also the way in which they behave when their team is playing. Another responsibility of a coach is to provide their players with equal opportunities. This involves giving all their players the chance to do the same things and not favoring certain individuals over others. This is because not doing so could lead to disharmony within the team as some begin to feel left out. The coach must be inclusive and let all kinds of individuals be a part of their team. Another responsibility of a coach is to take control of the health of the players and provide insurances. This is done through the coach setting up a risk assessment beforehand. When this is done, the health risks are identified and measures are put in place to reduce the risk of these causing any injuries or casualties. One important skill of a coach is to have organization. This involves them knowing where to find everything that they will need in order for their training sessions that they are leading to run smoothly without taking up too much time. They should also be planning their sessions beforehand to ensure that the structure remains secure for their team. Another important skill is problem solving. As a coach, problems will always arise within their team, and they need to be able to take control of these to ensure that the team remains in a good spirit. An example of this can be the diffusing of a situation or conflict that has built up between two players. Another example of problem solving could be identifying the reason why their team is losing in a football match and making the required formation change in order to improve the performance and increase the team's chances of victory. The third critical skill for a coach is to have good communication skills. They need to be able to talk to their players in a way in which they will respond well and want to perform well to make their coach proud. This would involve not shouting at players too much, as some could find this a bit too intimidating, and knowing how to speak to various individuals differently. Coaches must know how to share meaningful information in order to improve performance. An important technique for a coach to have is goal setting for their team. This involves challenging their team and pushing them in order to aim for success. Examples of this would be at the start of the football season, setting their team the goal of winning the league. This then puts everybody in the team within the same mindset of knowing that they all want to achieve the same goal. Another important technique is having an effective demonstration for their players. This would involve them being able to correctly show their players how to perform what is being asked of them. As a coach, they need to set a clear example for their players to imitate. This would be done within the training session before players begin drills, or when a player is not doing a drill properly. The coach should then intervene and show them how to do so correctly. The third technique for a coach is to conduct a fitness assessment regularly with their players. This is vital in ensuring that all players are within a good health condition to partake in the exercises required. Players should be assessed to see how long their bodies can be put through intense sessions for, and this then helps the coach in knowing who of their players has the best endurance levels.